So the 2021 NFL franchise tag deadline came and went Tuesday with 9 different teams exercising the game of tag to secure those players. Others not so much. Kenny Galladay, he's free to go wherever he wants. Lions not putting up a fight there. Chris Godwin, he will remain in Tampa. The Bucs using the tag. But how about Allen Robinson? Not leaving the shy. Here's General Manager Ryan Pace saying, quote, "We love Allen Robinson. He's a great player for us. Want to keep him. He's one of our good players, and Allen is a good player for us." If you remember, Robinson put up numbers in 2020, caught 102 balls and 1,250 receiving last year, despite the QB shuffle with Foles and Trubisky in that lineup. All right, let's bring in our Jason LaCanfora to break this all down now that the tag period is behind us. And let's start with Chicago. Ryan Pace saying all the right things to make you think that Robinson will be there long term, but chances he actually gets a long-term deal now on this tag.
Well, look, they've been talking about a contract extension since before the start of last season. Never really got all that close. Kenny Galladay, does he get 19 a year? Does he get 18, 18.5? He's going to cash in as the true elite receiver who didn't get tagged. Does he reset the market to some degree? And if you're Allen Robinson, you've never played with even a league average NFL quarterback in your career, yet you've still put up numbers. You haven't been on teams that have won anything of significance, and you're not getting any younger, and this is your last real bite at the apple. So how do you re-up and recommit to the Bears when they've systematically blundered the position that most dictates wins and losses, and that exactly dictates your ability to do your job as a pass catcher? Look, I did a lot of reporting on the Bears the last couple days. The two words I keep hearing most about that front office from within are panic and desperation. They got to get a quarterback. You can't re-recruit Allen Robinson saying, well, maybe it's Foles for one more year. Maybe we draft somebody. Maybe we bring Trubisky back. No. So they've got to figure that out before anything else, and they're trying, and they will be willing to throw a whole bunch of picks and everything else at Seattle for Russell Wilson, or same thing to Houston for Deshaun Watson. Look, they were interested in Wentz. I'm told if Ben Roethlisberger didn't rework his deal with the Steelers and was on the street, the Bears were going to inquire about him. So it's all about the quarterback right now. Can they pull off a mega deal for a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson? Remains to be seen. A lot of time between now and the draft. But when you're that desperate, you start throwing first-round picks around like crazy. That's in the future. I'm not worried about that. I got to keep my job today.
Yeah, Bears need a QB badly, as you mentioned there, Russ and others in that pot as well. Look at the Bucs. They extended one of their leaders on defense. Not the one we're thinking. Lavonte David, he got 2 more years to stay in the Bay. With Godwin getting the tag, what does that mean for Shaq Barrett and his future with Tampa?
Well, look, Tom Brady is working through a restructuring that should create abundant cap space for them, enough to fit Shaq Barrett in. Shaq Barrett will be one of the coveted pass rushers on the open market, but I would not rule the Bucs out at all in terms of keeping him. He's developed and blossomed there. He's such a great fit in everything they do defensively, and sometimes the guy's got to see what's out there on the other side before we really know market value. And then we see, can the Bucs ultimately match any deal or come close? Because all things being even, or close to even, I think that's where he wants to be. I know they badly want him back. It is a priority for them. It's a priority for their quarterback, who, again, is in a process to create more cap streams for them. So while normally in these situations, I would say the guy's gone, coming off a Super Bowl with the GOAT at quarterback, I would say stay tuned. The Bucs are not done recruiting and re-recruiting Shaq Barrett by a long shot.
Yeah, Barrett just 2 seasons removed from leading the league in sacks, and then this past season on the opposite side of JPP, we saw what happened there in Super Bowl 55 in Tampa. Meanwhile, the Steelers juggling their cap situation as well, but not deciding to use a tag on some of those key pieces. Are you surprised that no move was made here in Pittsburgh?
No, they just don't have the wherewithal to do it. They would have loved to tag Juju, maybe even as a tag and trade to get a little more draft capital, because with their cap situation and with their age at some critical points in that on that roster, including quarterback, they'd love to have more picks than they do. But no, not surprised at all. Bud Dupree, they're getting the sense in Pittsburgh that even with the injury, he's going to have a pretty robust market that will likely be too rich for their blood. if Juju Smith-Schuster is willing to play for $10, $11 million a year, it's a possibility. But he's going to be shooting more for the $16 million, that Jarvis Landry got as an elite slot receiver on the open market a few years back. They figure that Juju is not going to be back. Alejandro Villanueva, there's some dialogue there, but that's another one where, given their limitations and given the fact that they've got to recommit with TJ Watt, they've got to figure out something long-term with Minkah Fitzpatrick, they're probably going to lose older free agents, and in the case of Juju, young free agents. That's just the reality for the Steelers right now.
Yeah, Steelers losing a lot of pieces. They got Big Ben, but plenty of holes before we get to next season there. Jason LaCanfora tapping in on everything NFL. Appreciate your time. Pick Six Podcast. Don't forget the fellas, as always, tapping you in. As I said, the tag is over. That tag period is over. Who's going to secure that bag? I'm sure the fellas will talk about it. Download, subscribe to Pick Six Podcast.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.